Hello everyone, I'm Ausyellow. Welcome back to Formula Pool, race number 3 in Yas Marina. That is the wrong button. In Yas Marina, Metro Gato this time, I don't think I said that at the end of the last race, will be in pole position, in very last place. Kitty Softpaws is current pole sitter, followed by Tuxedo Nocky and Max Verstappen. Anyway, let's get this race underway. Kitty Softpaws, followed by Tuxedo Nocky, Max Verstappen, and Person Senna doing very good for Lotus Whiskers, Sally Snowball, Angel Frost, Bark Louder, Oliver Bearman, Willow Wolf, 2 race winners there, Sebastian Vettel, Nelson Puckett, Jake Villeneuve, Michael Schumacher, Phoebe Fittipaldi, Roxy Tundra, Lewis Ham, Fernando Alonso, Whisper Wolf, Alan Post, Goldie Iris, Nigel Barksall, and of course Matt Regatta. Alright, I kind of want to get this race sort of out of the way, because I had nothing better to do. I'm not too sure about the microphone quality, but obviously we'll get that sorted out in the future. And it is lights out, and away we go. Kitty Softpaws has a good start, being the only driver on medium tyres until Lewis Ham, who's on hard tyres. Horst and Iris are on medium tyres at the very back. And by the looks of things, Max Verstappen is looking for a better position up there and can certainly get past. Managed to get, and actually has the inside line and leads the race by the start of the very long straight. Started 3rd place, is currently in 1st. Sally Snowball fights back and takes the lead, probably with aid of ERS. Softpaws has basically dropped 3 positions as a result of that, and that is an incredible performance from the Racing Paw. Alan Post, previous race for Lotus, scored in the last race for them, I think. Jake Villeneuve overtook Lewis Ham with the inside line to the next corner. There's Schumacher and Gatto. Gatto is all the way up into P13 already. We have eyes on Schumacher here. Might want to have more eyes on Gatto, who has the inside line and is trying to pass Oliver Bearman, and appears to have done so. I'm going to keep an eye on Gatto, actually. Gatto is fighting around P12, 13 and 14, also against his teammate as well, Michael Schumacher, but he appears to be in P12 and staying there. Sally Snowball with the fastest first sector. It's about time that the Racing Paw of Sally Snowball actually started getting incredible amounts of points. I'm surprised it's taken this long. Here's Phoebe Fittipaldi on the inside of Jake Villeneuve up into P16. It is incredibly difficult to commentate 700 cars overtaking each other all at the same time. We still haven't witnessed a massive crash yet, but in a way that's sort of a good thing. But the drivers don't care if they crash, they're not going to die or anything like that in this scenario. Look at that gap. Bark Louder for Bark Louder, and actually getting the first set of points for Bark Louder. Nelson Puckett as well is in the points, scoring points for Wolf Williams. There's a huge gap between Bark Louder and Max Verstappen. That's probably because of just Softpaws, really. Sebastian Vettel diving up the inside, up to P7, overtaking the Renhout. Fastest out goes to Max Verstappen, then Sebastian Vettel, now Macho Gatto. Both Pero Rojo are in the points, as well as both the Racing Paws. Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, in a way. Angel Frost. Where's Tundra's Wifton Martin? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Person Senna making the move on Kitty Softpaws up into P3. Where's Louder? Louder is in P10. Louder's dropping back. What in the world has happened? That looks like a puncture. Yeah, puncture in the rear left tyre. Points for Barclaren disappeared on lap number 3 with an unfortunate puncture that happened somewhere. I'm pretty sure Bark Lauder is way out of contention now. Goldie Iris also seems to be out of contention on the medium tyres, unless the strategy is somehow massively overpowered here. For soft paws, it appears to be working though. Soft paws is able to hold on to a decent position up at the very top of the grid. There is Shoe Snacker in the points. Surprising that Gatto is not, yet at least. Koenigseg's really not having the best time around here. Granted, they are in the lead of the current Constructors' Championship. Person Senna with the fastest lap there. They are in the lead of the Constructors' Championship. I seriously do not think they're going to hold on to it for that long. Regardless, Oliver Behrman against Macho Gatto, yeah, that is Behrman, had the better line and up into P12 there, causing Gatto to have some issues, but Shoe Snacker is doing an incredible job for Ferraris just as it is, and assuming that Gatto's differential setup will get him into the points, Ferrari are looking at a really good collection of points here. Unfortunately, the pit exit does not go under the track in this particular layout. It's really unfortunate, missed opportunity, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Up the inside, Tuxedo Noki is up into P4. Took that away from Kitty Softpaws, the current the pole sitter. He just lost 4 positions as a result of starting on medium tyres. That was a little bit aggressive for Fernando Alonso. Hasn't scored this season as of yet. That was a bit aggressive going onto the curb. Tuxedo Noki sets fastest lap. Fernando Alonso going onto the curb there, or like the edge of the track, sort of brings to mind what happened to Bark Lauder. Speaking of which, Bark Lauder has pitted, and as the lead drivers enter the second sector, Bark Lauder isn't even out of the second sector yet. He's having a horrible race. It's unfortunate for him. Here's Sally Snowball. Roxy Tundra is in the pits. Yes, definitely. Michael Shoesnacker is also in the pits. Willow should have gone into the pits as well. Keeping it out an extra lap might not do so well, but it will probably keep Max Verstappen behind a little bit and hinder his race. Inside, on the hairpin into the beginning of the first DRS zone, goes Sally Snowball. And Sally Snowball is back up into the lead of the race. The pole sitter, Kitty Softpaws, was not able to really hold on. That's just because of the newer medium tyres. I don't even think Softpaws will be in DRS range for the next DRS zone, which is unfortunate for Mercedes Petronas, who haven't been doing the best. Whisper Wolf up into P10 in the points, getting more points for Koenigsegg. Probably not going to be, actually it might be enough. They almost have, they have more than double the points of Racing Pool for now. I mean, that might seem like a lot, but we've only just started the season. Koenigsegg are on 51, Racing Pool are on 24. There's Person Senna and Angel Frost, 2 drivers who pitted at about the same time, or needed to pit at the same time. That was incredibly dangerous there from, that's not Gasser, that was Fittipaldi there. Yeah, that was incredibly dangerous, cutting in front of another driver to pit. That actually happened to me once, and a driver ended up flying out of the track. It was a horrible crash. Whisper Wolf on the inside of Goldie Iris gets the position and is actually able to use DRS there. Fernando Alonso in the points as well for the first time, I think, in the entire season. Fernando Alonso hasn't been hasn't been enjoying the season so well. Person Senna falling down a couple positions. Tuxedo Noki is in P3. Why is Tuxedo Noki in P3? What happened to... Wait a minute, what happened to Sally Snowball? Sally Snowball has also got a puncture on the rear right. That doesn't make any sense. Sebastian Vettel is leading in Yas Marina, or in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The track is called Yas Marina, and it is a Pedal Rojo 1-2. This has never happened before, and actually I think, and that is a huge collision between Nelson Pupket, who might have just ruined Wolf Williams' chance of getting points. There was a yellow flag for a second then. A huge collision between Pupket and former massive race leader, dominant race leader, Sally Snowball, who has unfortunately suffered the same fate as Bark Lauder. No safety car or severe action required. There's Person Senna ahead of Fernando Alonso for now. No idea how this race is going to change or develop, or if anyone is going to be able to overtake the Pedal Rojo, who are currently in what position is that? P8 in the grid, because they only started scoring points in the previous race. There's Lewis Ham currently holding on to P10 with the hard tyres. 5-second time penalty actually to Nelson Pupket. I think Pupket's race is ruined for Wolf Williams. The two teams who wanted points but was unable to get any in the last few races still probably won't come out with points in this race, them being Bark Lauder, who's had a horrible turnout with Bark Lauder, and also Nelson Pupket as well, who is sort of in a similar position, but who didn't suffer a puncture there. Sally Snowball is actually dead last as a result of the puncture. And up the inside of Person Senna goes Fernando Alonso up into P6. Whisper Wolf might actually be within striking range. Whisper Wolf was one of the early pitters for medium tyres, I believe, and that has boded well. Teammate Willow Wolf is quite far out of the points for now. Wow, yes, Snowball and Lauder's position have been completely ruined because of the puncture. Here's Shoesnacker, who tried the inside line on Jake Villeneuve. I don't think that many crashes happen as a result of some drivers not giving enough space. Even though in one of the theme, or in the theme video, there is one scene where I think that they're in Kota, and one of the drivers didn't give enough space there, but that was at the start, and there was so much sandwiching going on, it was unreal, and that caused a massive crash. But that's sort of what you would expect when you put a massively tight chicane at the very top of a hill at the start of a racetrack. But track designers do whatever they want to do, quite literally. And a huge battle going on from Willow to Shoesnacker with Whisper to Shoesnacker. Tundra in the lead of it currently. These four drivers who are battling out for better position. Oh my goodness, and a huge crash. We've had the first crash, 5-second time penalty for Jake Villeneuve. No safety car. Jake Villeneuve is on a 10-second time penalty right now. Both the Koenigseggs are right up next to each other. 5-second time penalty as well for Oliver Behrman as a result of just the general congestion. I'm surprised the safety car didn't come out. And who is that going into the pits for damage limitation? That is Whisper Wolf. Oh, that was actually horrendous there. And unfortunately we can't replay it and get better perspectives on it. And that appears to be the third driver who has had their race just completely ruined by rotten luck. And once again, the actual teammate positions have completely swapped over for Koenigsegg. Fernando Alonso's teammate is Angel Frost. Yeah, Angel Frost. It's double points for Renhout as well. Willow Wolf certainly not happy with the performance of both the tailwind racers, sandwiched in between both of them as of now. And I guess no DRS. Anything else would be madness on the main straight for the Koenigseggs. Alonso trying the outside line and is unable to get past Ayrton Senna. Here's Whisper right now. And there's another group that I get confused because their names are incredibly similar. They both begin with W and they're both wolves. The Koenigseggs are able to get their way past the McLaren and now have the Ferraris to deal with. Gatto is ahead of Alonso? How did this happen? Fernando Alonso has, and Roxy Tundra and Ayrton Senna has joined this battle. This battle is going on from P12 to now P6 actually. And oh my goodness, we were 3 wide there with who is that? I think that's Willow, who was in the middle there. The Koenigseggs are in double points. Fernando Alonso is unfortunately out again of the points. That might just be to old medium tyres there. But even then, there's nothing you can really do about it now, apart from pit to soft tyres, which is a bit radical. But it might work. Who knows, because none of the drivers are actually doing it. Oh my goodness. Someone actually knows how to shut a door now. Might have been watching my YouTube videos and all of the annoyance I get from when they don't shut a door. Regardless, that is Shoe Snacker, who's been thrown down to P10. Whisper is up into P7. Actually, who knows where they're going to finish, because this is just a huge battle of back and forth. Sebastian Vettel is in P2 again, or regains P2. This is something that we want to see, and maybe it's going to start spreading to, or maybe this battle will start spreading to some of the drivers in higher positions. Because right now the highest position in this battle is P5 by Gatto. It might actually spread to P4, being Frost. It's looking incredibly close, but Gatto is putting the pressure on finally, and might actually start using the differential setup. This is Bark Louder trying to get past... That's not Paused. Who is that? Oh no, that must be someone quite high up. They're behind a... Oh, it's Puckett. It's Nelson Puckett. Oh, right. I don't remember the helmet colours for Wolf Williams. Or at least I haven't been able to remember them. Big battle between Senna and Iris, and that actually gave Iris a massive boost of momentum to get past Willow. Senna has also gotten past Willow. All the way up to P3. Whisper is currently in P3 after throwing the Racing Paw Tuxedo Noki off of the podium. And oh, shut up. I have not gotten that notification for ages, and actually I do remember it showing up a couple of times in some of my very old videos. Gatto and Whisper might make it 3 wide here, as they try and get past Sebastian Vettel. That might have been ERS there for Whisper, and Sebastian Vettel has gone from 2nd to 4th as of now. This could just be new tyres, but I think in Gatto's perspective, probably the setup. I think that the setup is really overpowered. Max Verstappen, who's held onto the race lead for a very long time. Actually, when Snowball had a puncture, it was Verstappen versus Sebastian Vettel for the race lead, with Verstappen winning that battle. Willow, Frost and Soft Paws have been able to sort of clear themselves away from or the danger zone, at least, where they're not going to get any points. This battle is so close to the race leader. It is incredible. Tuxedo Noki goes into the pits. That is very radical there. Goldie Iris also goes into the pits. It might be beneficial. Fernando Alonso also goes into the pits. This is something we kind of want to see, but it would have been better if it happened a couple more laps ago, just to give the racers a little bit more time. That does mean that Mercedes Petronas are well into the points with Kitty Softballs in P5. Double points currently for Koenigsegg, Pero Rojo. Unfortunately, not anymore for Wolf Williams, Renault or Ferrari. No, Ferrari are in double points because of Schumacher and Gatto, and the gap is now below 3 seconds between Verstappen and P2. Matrogato, again, might be the second driver to go from last to first, meaning that in the next season I will most certainly have to nerf the speed grip setup that the driver in last place acquires. I mean, I might just say, forget it, you're just on 0. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, depending on how many views this gets and how many likes and how much support this entire season or series gets, that will determine how, or like, well, I mean, what you guys think as a collective will determine influence what I do to sort of make it even more fair, because starting last has just been absolutely OP. In the entire data set, only one driver has been unable to convert a race or a last place beginning to a race win, assuming that Gatto can win this race, which is possible. I said Gatto really weird. Gato. Spanish for cat. Assuming that Matrogato can actually win. Kitty Softpaws, pole sitter, was in a horrible position earlier. I think like really close to P20 and all that. Is now up into P4. An incredible charge. Here's the Klonigzog, Willow Wolf, behind like sort of a mini pack here of Sebastian Vettel and Roxy Tundra, with Tundra seeking the inside line for a better position ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Oh, and actually does so. Willow was ahead of Tundra for a moment. These Titans fought valiantly in the very first race, and we're not interested in this battle. Willow Wolf is up into P5, and Whisper is pitting. Whisper might have just thrown away a podium finish for the Klonigzogs. Anyway, where is Whisper right now? Whisper is in P12. No, P13. Whisper has 15-ish seconds to gain on newer soft tyres, I imagine. Wait a minute, Whisper's on medium tyre. Why did Whisper pit for medium tyres? Fernando Alonso also fighting back in the points in P7. Goldie Iris is in the point or provisional points. Depends on where that 5-second time penalty is going to take Goldie Iris. I think that this is one hell of a valiant effort from Goldie Iris to try and convert what is a horrible situation that Bar Clarence are in into at least some points, or at least trying to get some points. The best thing that the Bar Clarence can do, I think, is get a fastest lap. I mean, if they get lucky and wind up with a pole position, then instantly they would be in the money or in the points. Tuxedo Noki leads the race. He is currently leading ahead of Matrogato. And actually, Gatto is currently the first driver to go from last to be in first without a time penalty, which is, I guess, somewhat important. But I mean, I think it just goes to show that the tailwind races are quite messy. Getting 5-second time penalties in this race, actually both of them have it in this race, and in the previous 2 races as well. Whisper Wolf is trying to close down to Softpaws and wind up with another podium finish. Shoesnacker goes into the pits. Sally Snowball, puncture halfway through the race, is in P13, 2 places behind Sebastian Vettel, unfortunately. Willow Wolf is earing on the edge of points, but Goldie Iris is earing into points and might actually wind up scoring points with respect to the 5-second time penalty. It all depends what's going to happen. This is the penultimate lap. Snowball is desperately trying to claw her way past Angel Frost. and with the inside line, appears to have gotten past, yes, and it's up into P12. Actually, there was one part of my microphone setting that I didn't configure. Whisper Wolf is now now has the opportunity to fight against one of the most infamous drivers in the entire pack as an incredible race performance. That is Macho Gatto. Reason why he's infamous is because he's gone from last to currently a podium finish. Now might actually be the first driver to go from last to not wind up on the podium, as Whisper Wolf takes third position on the final lap. Tuxedo Noki with the fastest first sector as of now. Tuxedo Noki must be trying to get the fastest lap back. Fernando Alonso steals the fastest first sector. Where is Noki? Noki is Snowball is out of the points. Noki, where is Tuxedo Noki? Why can't I? Oh no, Noki's in P1, idiot. And is like so far ahead. Whisper Wolf might end up with a second P2 as of right now. Just after overtaking Kitty Softpaws. Turns out that pit was very good, but I think it obviously must have been much better on soft tyres. 5-second time penalty for Oliver Behrman after causing some collision. No idea who the collision is with. Softpaws, Alonso and Gatto, the three of them battling it out for at least just better points, and the final position on the podium. Softpaws pole sitter is at least on the podium, and Tuxedo Noki wins in Abu Dhabi. Yas Marina. Whisper Wolf for the second time winds up with a P2, and Fernando Alonso scores first points in P3 on the podium. Pole sitter Kitty Softpaws winds up in P4. Gatto in P5. Is Iris. Iris has done sufficient work to get points for Bar Clement. Unfortunately, no points for Wolf Williams. Willow Wolf is also out of the points as well. Sally Snowball is in the points. Fastest lap once again to Michael Schumacher, assuming that any other driver will have something to say about that. Maybe Jake Villeneuve will say something about it. Or Lewis Ham, who has stuck on hard tyres for the entire race. And yeah, Jake Villeneuve is not able to take fastest lap. Michael Schumacher takes the fastest lap, and Macho Gatto is the first driver to go from last all the way up to being in first and not wind up on the podium. What a race finish. P5 for Gatto it was. But an incredible performance for the Kornexargt after being able to fight back. Whisper Wolf is not the highest skilled driver in Kornexargt. That goes to Whisper. But that is just an incredibly surprising performance. I think Tuxedo Noki as well, not the most dominant driver of Noki and Snowball, but was able to win. And this here is the final setup. Goldie Iris is in the points, fortunately for Bar Clown. Unfortunately, Nelson Pupkett was not able to climb back into the points for Wolf Williams. Michael Schumacher makes it a double points for Ferrari with fastest lap. And that is it. An incredible race we've had. Double points for Racing Paw. Unfortunately not for Renhout. Double points also for Pedro Rojo. And also Ferrari as well. I think I said that some other time in the race somewhere. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have been watching, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well so you won't miss out on any new videos coming in Formula Paw and in the Minecraft 121 server. I'm pretty sure we've hit like our sort of what do we do now situation, because we are a little bit lost for ideas. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I need to do a bunch of statistics that will go at the end of this little clip if you want to see the positions of where all the drivers are. If technology gets an awful lot better, then you will have a better understanding of where all the drivers are in the standings. But for technology to get better, you must first subscribe. It's not a must. Subscribing is completely free. It just helps me out a ton. For the third time again, thanks for watching. I am out of breath.